During an inspection, the man noticed something strange. The truck was clearly overweight, but when they opened it up there were only 2 boxes inside. After checking everything they found nothing suspicious. Then the bald man stepped outside and started measuring with his feet. The outside of the container was much longer than the inside. He immediately ordered his men to fire shots inside. The bullets came out not at the end, but in the middle. He instantly realized people were hiding in the back, so he went back into the container and told whoever was inside to come out. The people hiding in there heard this and stayed completely silent. The bald man claimed he wouldn't hurt anyone and even promised to give them a place to stay, but warned that anyone who didn't come out would be shot. No one believed him. Just as he was about to give the order, a girl cowed and take the pressure and opened the door. He walked toward her with a friendly smile, but the very next second, she was shot dead by the bald man. He then ordered his men to kill everyone. Screams filled the container. Only a woman hiding on the roof survived. In the middle of the night, a sudden tilt threw her against the container. She quickly got up and looked outside. The cargo ship was out at sea, and massive waves had flipped the ship over. Her container was tossed into the ocean. After some time, Mina finally woke up from unconsciousness, but her container was already flooded with seawater. She looked through a bullet hole at the endless ocean, and her heart sank. She frantically looked around, but all she saw were a few floating containers, and nothing but water. All this misfortune made her furious, and she accidentally strained herself. Luckily, the baby inside her was fine. That's when she heard water trickling nearby. Seawater was pouring in through the bullet holes. Mina started searching for something to plug the holes, but all she found were clothes, televisions, and a bunch of useless headphones. She gathered everything that might be useful, and luckily found a roll of tape underwater, which she used to temporarily seal the holes. Mina finally felt a bit of relief. Suddenly she heard screams coming from nearby. She quickly looked through the hole. The screams were coming from a green container. Her husband was inside that one. She desperately called out his name, but could only watch as the container sank into the sea. Losing her husband so suddenly crushed her completely. She put all her hope in the phone, but no matter how many times she called, no one answered. Mina thought about ending it all several times, but then she thought about her unborn child. She calmed herself down, and eventually fell asleep. By the next morning, the container had filled with more seawater. Mina checked and found that the tape had been washed away. She came up with a plan and pushed a large box into the corner, then cut the rope with a knife, letting a smaller box fall onto the bigger one. She did all this just to find something to plug the holes, but when she opened the box, it was full of useless food containers. Then she noticed the sealing strips on them, so she cut the strips in half with her knife and stuffed them into the leaking holes. The leak was fixed. Now she needed to drain the water. Mina found a tube in one of the boxes, stuck it outside, and used the food containers to scoop water and pump it out through the tube. She then pushed the boxes into a corner to tilt the container. With the water problem solved, Mina still marked the lowest and highest water levels. Then, she dumped out all the supplies she had collected. Luckily, there were 2 bottles of fresh water and some other seemingly useless stuff. Just then, a phone nearby started ringing.